Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Airfire coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Syndicate 2016. Syndicate 2016 was the biggest, if I remember, the biggest Super Smash Bros. For Wii U event ever to be held in Europe, which is insane. And I went with a few of the other UK guys. Unfortunately, there was only one other northerner there, who is Dio. Shout outs to Dio. I had loads of fun hanging out with you. Yeah, there was no other northerners there. There was supposed to be loads of us going, but that ended up, people's plans ended up falling through. Magi's passport ran out, Frog forgot to sign up, etc., etc. So today I'm going to be talking about Syndicate 2016, my experience, and there's a couple of other videos that I want to make as a result of Syndicate, because I think it's really important to talk about. And yeah, so I think there's some things that I really learned, especially from Silent Doom and talking to GP and listening back over VODs, etc., etc., that I think is really important. I think it's really important to talk about. And rather than putting them all in this video, and this video being like an hour long, I'm just going to talk about my tournament experience, how I thought the tournament was run, what improvements I thought and saw. I entered both Melee and Smash 4. My first wave of pools was Melee, and my top seed was Doimling. And unfortunately, round two I did run into Doimling, but we'll get to that. So round one was Falcon Dills, and I won pretty solidly, I would say. I think I two stocked him game one and game three. I lost game two because it was Yoshi's. He just dealt with having not as much space better, whereas I prefer to run around a lot when I play Falcon. Game one and game three were pretty convincing. I lost game two. Oh, and I missed a ledge dash. I missed the no, not a ledge dash. I tried to wave dash back so that he couldn't grab ledge, and I messed it up because it's Yoshi's and it's like weirdly angled, etc., etc. So that was unfortunate. But I brought it back game three. Game three we went to FD, and he was fine with that. FD was a counter pick, which I thought was really strange for a tournament, for a melee rule set. But that's just my opinion. I prefer PS2 as the counter pick, but I can understand the reasons for FD being counter pick. I just don't like it as much. So yeah, so round one I won, which I was really happy with. It was my first ever melee set win in tournament, which is really exciting for me. And then I ran into Doimling, and Doimling basically just desynced me for 8 stocks. I actually think I played really well, considering my ideal was not to get grabbed, and that was great. And I think I played to that really well. But as soon as I did get grabbed, my stock was gone, and I was mashing. Like, I was trying to mash out, and then as soon as I knew he was going to throw me, I started trying to get a DI away. So survival DI. But it didn't work. It ended up, you know. But the thing that I was most surprised by was, and this is another video that I'm going to make, was that I didn't feel outclassed by him. I didn't feel like I couldn't win. It was that I didn't know how to win. And that was a real eye-opening experience for me. That was really interesting, and it made me think about my mindset in both Melee and Smash 4 a lot, which what the video is going to be about. I took 4 stocks from Doimling, so I got 2 stocked in both games, and then I played a Math, and I just don't know the Math matchup. And again, it wasn't that I didn't feel I couldn't win, it was that I didn't know how to win, and that's, for me, that was a really important experience, because before at Kickstart and places like that, it's been, I just couldn't win that. There was no way I could have won that, and I'm just walking away. And to an extent, that's good, because it means that I know that I just need to improve and that I'm bad. But at Syndicate, it didn't feel like I was just bad. It felt like I just didn't know how to win. And I feel like that is a massive step forward from where I felt like I was before Syndicate. So that was my Melee experience. I didn't enter amateur bracket for either games just because it was at the same time that Top 64 was going on, and I really wanted to I wanted to follow Top 64 around, especially the Smash 4 UK guys, and support them as much as I can. Make sure that if they need any coaching, if I see anything that's massive in their gameplay, that I can point it out to them before they go into the next game. So Smash 4 was an experience. So game one, my first opponent went, I think Zero Suit, and I was like, okay, I'm going Cloud obviously because Fox is a weird matchup for Zero Suit, and I don't particularly like it, and I just rather play the Cloud matchup. So I played the Cloud matchup. He didn't get any gimps on me, and he air dodged into the ground at like 70% when I had limit. So I just ran up and finishing touched him. I was just like, well, you died, you just messed up. So that was good, and I saw him shake his head, and I thought, right, I'm in his head. I know that I'm in his head. I know that I can beat him because he's tilted, and I can win because he's tilted. So that was all very well and good, and I took the first game. I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Game two, he switches to Zelda, and I'm like, okay, so you're switching from a top tier character to like one of the worst characters in the game. I don't quite understand this, but I thought he could be a godlike Zelda, and I just not know about it. So we go into game, and I take the first stock. He returns the stock a little bit later. And then I'm at like 80, we're both at about 80%. So we've been trading and stuff, but we're about 80%. And he starts charging down B at the other side of the stage. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to charge limit if you're just going to charge your down B. So I charge limit, and he throws it forwards. And so I'm like, okay, so it's just, and here is where I messed up. I was like, it's just one hit. I just perfect shield the one hit and run in and punish him for doing this. What I didn't know was that the longer you charge Zelda's down B, it has different animations. So at first it's just a lunge, and then it's like a downwards lunge, like a scoop, and then the third charge is it scoops and then like pulls you up. And so I shielded the first hit, and then it scooped me up, and I died. And I was like, damn, and I just couldn't recover from that mentally, and the reason that I couldn't recover from that was like, this is just a bad character. Zelda is just a bad character. I should be winning. And I walked up to Silent Doom afterwards. I was like, I should have won that. And this is one of my favorite quotes of the weekend. He said, I really want to get this right. I'm sorry if this isn't the exact quote, but it's pretty close. He said, no, in Smash there's no should've because should've implies privilege. In Smash there is your character, there is you, and there is your skill. And if one of those is lacking, you lose. And that's what sparked off the idea for the next video, from the video that I'm going to be releasing next. So round one of losers, I face this Fox, and as soon as he picks Fox, I'm just like, I'm probably gonna lose this. Just like I was already pretty tilted from having that experience of what happened in round one winners. And I went Cloud game one, and he just bodied me. Like I was completely outmatched. I'll admit that. He just completely overwhelmed me, and I really didn't know what to do. And so I was like, okay, well, I've been playing a lot of Ike in friendlies, so I'm gonna see how Ike does. And it went to it went to last stock. I got into his last stock playing Ike, which I think was really good for me, and it made me think a lot about perhaps not maining Cloud anymore. But that's for the next video. We'll not talk about that for now. And so that was sort of my singles experience. I didn't enter doubles because obviously nobody from the north actually came, so there was nobody for me to do doubles with. But yeah, so that was my doubles experience. My singles experience. And then I went to get food. I went up to Carnage and I was really sad, obviously, because I really felt like I didn't perform as well as I should have done, especially after seeing the guy that beat me in round one winners get 3-stocked by Shido, when I know I can at least take Shido to last stock. But that's life. So I go to Carnage and we go and get some food, and he makes me really happy because Carnage always makes me really happy. He just knows what to say and what to do to make me happy. He's a really great guy, and I really appreciate the time that he spent with me this week. In fact, and I put a tweet out about this, but I really appreciate all of the time that all of the UK people that were there spent with me this weekend. They made me feel accepted. They made me feel like I was part of the group. And I know that a bit of that is just because we're from the same region, so they thought, why wouldn't we hang out with you? But for me, that was really important. So thank you so much to everyone that was there. So going forward, I had I wanted to watch the UK guys play doubles, so I did that and I supported them as much as I could. And it was a fantastic experience. Just that Saturday night, just following around the UK people playing doubles, playing a bit of friendlies, played some friendlies with Fabs. Fabs, I want to see you at tournaments. I want to see you at London tournaments. I want to see you traveling because you were really fun to play with. You were really fun to have friendlies with, and I just want to see you again. I just want to see you play again because I think you've got a lot of potential. You just don't know how to apply it. So see you soon, hopefully. Yeah. So that was Saturday night. Fantastic. Loved wandering around and just talking to the UK people. On Sunday, uh, I forgot my wallet, which was really annoying because it meant that I had to go back and get it at lunchtime, which meant I missed most of my top 8, which was really frustrating. But what are you gonna do? So there was no UK people in top 4 doubles, first match 4. Afro and Silent Doom made it close with Team Metroid, which is that's just silly. That's really just silly, but that's life. And so I was just running around with region pride all day. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about Saturday. So there was about 2 hours between winners round 3 and winners round 4 for doubles. In my opinion, there is no excuse for that. Like, I was sitting with Carnage and GP, who had to go up against Mr. R and Rich Brown, and they were coming off of a fresh win, and they were going up to the TOs just like, when is our match? When is our match? When is our match? And they just said, oh yeah, it's in a bit, it's in a bit, and it's in a bit, and it was just sort of, it made doubles run extra late. And considering that singles, for a lot of people, not for all people, but for a lot of people, singles is the main event, and they were running all of top 64 on Sunday. So you're making them stay up later to play doubles. Now, okay, that's their decision. They could drop out if they wanted to, but you're making them stay up later and then having to get up early the next day so that they're ready for top 64. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And crews ended up getting cancelled because of it, blah, 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 blah. That's life. That's just, it's the way it works. But in my opinion, there was no reason why winners round 3 and winners round 4 was so far apart. That just made no logical sense to me. So back to Sunday. Afro, I watched all of Carnage's sets, and I watched the majority of Doom versus Miller, and I watched Ixis versus Robo Luigi, and Afro versus someone. I don't remember. Sorry. So, oh, and I watched all of Ixis versus Sodrek. So I was running around, and as you can probably tell, my voice is still dead just because I was screaming so much. You know, one of my favorite phrases to say when I'm watching Smash is "Let's go, let's go, let's go," and I was just shouting that whenever something good happened, or whenever I felt like people needed encouragement. I was praising people, and I was making sure that the UK were behind them, because I think that's really important. So, top 64 finishes, and unfortunately only Ixis got through to top 8 from the UK. But it was Purple H versus Ixis on stream. And this was an incredible set in a lot of ways, but that it was also very frustrating in others. So the set was incredible. If you haven't watched the set, go and watch the set. You can hear my voice in the Ixis chant. You can actually hear me. That's how loud I was. But the reason that it was bad for people in general was because everybody used their energy on that set. Everybody was popping off for both Purple H and Ixis. You know, everybody was shouting and screaming as loud as they could. You know, everybody was using all of their energy, and everyone popped off massively. At the end of the set, I won't spoil it for anybody, but because everybody used all of that energy up on that one set, it meant that the rest of the set was kind of the rest of top 8, everybody was just tired and everybody wanted to go home, and it was awful. So that was unfortunate. But Syndicate as a whole was a fantastic experience. I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to go next year. I hope that more people from the north go. I hope more people from the north go to just more international events, because they are genuinely the best Smash experiences that you can have. So that's going to be it for my Syndicate wrap-up video. It is a little bit long, unfortunately, but hopefully it'll be a little bit less long after I've edited it. I hope you enjoyed me discussing my experience. I hope that it encouraged you to go to the next Syndicate if there is one, which I'm really hoping there is. Hopefully I'll actually get to commentate next time as well. That'd be really good. So yeah, that's it for me for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and there's going to be more videos coming up. You know, I've got a lot of free time between now and when I go back to university, so I want to get videos on the roll. I want to produce some more content for you guys. So that's going to be it, and I hope you enjoyed. So that's going to be me signing out. Airfire. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, subscribe just down below, and I love you all. I love the whole Smash scene. But this is me signing out, guys. So I'll see you on the flip side. Bye, guys.